Welcome. We are so glad that you've tuned in to see about our in-person worship services. We are very excited as the pastoral staff and leaders to welcome you back into the church. I'm standing here in the gymnasium, which is where we're actually going to have our worship services for the next couple of weeks so that we can be sure that we distance properly. I'll show you around in just a minute. But I just wanted to let you know that our in-person worship services are going to begin for the first time on Sunday, June the 28th, and they're going to be at 10 o'clock in the morning. They'll last about an hour. They will take place here at the gym, and we are excited to welcome you back. We would give some cautions. If you are older or have other immune deficiencies that might make you more susceptible to COVID-19, we would ask that maybe you sit out these first couple services. If at any point you are directly in contact with somebody who is currently positive for COVID, or if in the last 72 hours you've had a fever or any of the different symptoms of COVID, we would ask you to please refrain from joining us that week and to stay home, and then to join us in the future when you are able. Speaking of that, we know that a number of you are not at a place where you're able to join us right this moment, and that's perfectly fine. Actually, I have a surgery coming up, so I won't be here the first couple weeks myself. But we are going to continue to offer the live stream of the worship service online, so you can watch it on YouTube. We are going to continue to offer the online gathering immediately after the service, so you can see and talk with others that are at home at the time. And we're going to continue offering some of our small groups throughout the week in an online fashion throughout the rest of the summer. So if you feel comfortable coming to join us, we would love to welcome you here on a Sunday morning. If you feel more comfortable being at home for the summer, please enjoy the service from your home. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to just kind of walk you through what things will look like when you arrive and as you enter, and what the service will look like if you choose to join us starting on the 28th. So let's go outside and see what it's going to look like. Welcome. So we've arrived now at the church. We want safety to start right here in the parking lot. As you get out of your car, why don't you put on your mask? That way you're sure you're safe as you walk past other people in the parking lot and approach the doors. Just to talk to you now, I'm going to pull my mask off for a moment. But as we walk towards the doors, let me point out that we want everyone to enter through either the lobby door in the center or the ramp door. Those are the only two doors that will be open. If you arrive late, please arrive through the lobby. That'll be the only door open after 10. We'd suggest that you arrive about 9:45, so you have a few minutes to go through a health check and to be seated. For the health check, we're going to ask that you line up outside. If you see, we have taped marks here that you can stay spaced. Your whole family can stay up by one of the lines, and then you'll be a good 6 feet from the next family. So I'm going to come in the lobby here, and we're going to see what it looks like as you enter. So as you come to the entry of the church, you're going to see some signs on both here and at the ramp. They're going to ask some questions about your health. You want to look at those signs and make sure you can answer all of those questions, because they'll ask you inside in just a moment what your answer was. It'll also just remind you of some of the health and safety things. Then you'll enter as a family into the lobby. Just kind of wait here until you're called up to the desk. When you're called up to the desk here, there will be somebody behind that will be your health check person. If you don't have a mask, they can provide one. They'll have hand sanitizer, so you can sanitize your hands as you go past. And then they're going to do two things. They're going to hold up a temperature gun to your forehead. So just quick click like this. A laser beam will read your temperature. And as long as you don't have a temperature, you'll be allowed to enter. They'll also ask you the health questions outside. Actually, they'll just simply ask you, have you read and answered all of those health questions for your whole family, and what was the answer? And then they'll let you in. When you come in, you're going to want to go down towards the gym, and we'll pick up our tour in the gym. As you enter the gym, you'll come to the welcome table. A couple things you'll see here. First of all, we'll have one of our greeters behind the table, and they will greet you without contact. They will not be shaking hands or such things. They'll be behind the table here to say hello, to give you any directions you need. Second, you'll see an offering plate. We're not going to be passing the offering plate during the service. Instead, it will remain here, and you can drop an offering in here, or you can be free to give online as well. Two other things that might be on this table. There may be a children's bulletin that you can pick up for your children. Some crayons here. Note, if you take these, Please feel free to keep them. We do not want anything returned to this table. Anything that's been touched by anyone else should not come back to the table. Second thing is, the weeks that we have communion, there's going to be this little self-sealed communion container that has both the grape juice and the wafer inside of it. On communion week, you'll just pick that up on your way in before you go to your seat if you want to participate. Once you've been greeted at the greeters table here, they will direct you to stand off to the side, to the right, or to the left, and an usher will then come and take you to your seats. We're here in the gym today. This is where worship will take place. You can see we have the parents set up in family groups. We would ask families to sit together. Children will stay with their parents through the whole service. There won't be any special children's programs. We would ask that during the service people continue to keep their masks on, and particularly for children, we would ask that you make sure their masks are on when they're singing, because that's the time when we particularly want to be sure everybody in the building is in a mask. During the service, we will have worship team and speakers up on the platform. Some weeks, particularly the opening weeks, parts of the service may be recorded ahead of time and shown on the screen. Other parts of the service will be live here in the room. And those on the platform that are speaking will not be wearing a mask, but if you look around me as I back up here, we also have no chairs in front of the stage so that it won't be a problem for them to speak to you. Also back here, you'll see our tech booth. We will be continuing to record the services and broadcast those live at 10 o'clock. If you need to leave the service to go to a restroom, we ask you to enter in the middle here, and we'd ask that you socially distance in the hall, and that there only be one person at a time in either of the two restrooms. We also ask that you just stay here on the first floor. We are not opening the rest of the building at this time. Finally, when the worship service is over, the ushers will dismiss. They'll dismiss starting at the far doors and here, out those two side doors. That's where you'll go as you exit, and they'll dismiss this direction again so that you don't have to pass other people. We would ask that you exit right after the worship service, and that if you want to socialize afterwards, that be done outside in the parking lot, or if it's raining, you can even move under the carport, but that you do that in the outdoor space. Well, now that you've seen what things will look like when we get back together, we invite you to join us on June 28th at 10 a.m. If you are still uncomfortable, we would invite you to join us online on YouTube, as we have been. We will still be broadcasting the service there. But if you do want to join us in person, we would ask that you register ahead of time. We have a limited space in here that is socially distanced, and so we'll have to limit the number of people per week. Just go to gracebfc.org, and on the home page there will be a banner there. Just click on the button that says register and select the service that you want to come to. We would ask that you only register for one service at a time. That way, if one fills up, other people have the chance to get into the next service, so that everybody gets a chance to be a part of things in the next couple of weeks. We would also invite you, if you want to watch online, to watch on the YouTube channel. And if you have questions or concerns, feel free to email myself. I'm Pastor Mark M. Bickle at gracebfc.org, or to contact Pastor Tim. He would also be very interested in talking with you about any questions, any concerns that you might personally have as you make a decision whether to join us. But whether it's online or here in person, we look forward to you being with us in the weeks to come. Thank you.